ground shake.
Welcome back, guys. In this video I'm going to be doing another top 10. In this top 10 video I'm going to be doing the top 10 best games of all time. This list was pretty hard to make, being that there's so many games that I've played over the past 10 years, but I narrowed it down to these top 10, and here we go. At number 10 we have Skyrim. Skyrim is probably my most favorite open world game of all time, just because of like the style it was created and like the environment that you're in with werewolves and vampires and zombies and dragons and just all that kind of crazy stuff. I've probably played over like 300 hours in Skyrim. I've played through it multiple times with different characters, with different like skills in mind and different walkthroughs in mind. And it's just one of those games that you can replay over and over and over. And now they've added mods to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So you can download mods and play with mods, and it's really fun. And then, I mean, they just released VR for Skyrim, which was pretty surprising. And I'm really excited to see if Bethesda makes a new one coming up, since they just released Fallout 4 in 2016. So we'll just have to wait and see. Number 9 is going to be Resident Evil 7. I'm currently doing a gameplay walkthrough of this game on my channel, so make sure you go check out those videos. But Resident Evil 7, I thought it deserved this spot on this list because it's my favorite horror game of all time. I'm really impressed with it. It's really easy to replay it over and over, and I just think, in my opinion, it's the best Resident Evil game that they've ever made. A lot of people didn't like it because it was so far from the original Resident Evil games, which is true, but they're trying to evolve and do something different and not stick to what they've done for the past 20 years, I guess, since the first one was released. And I'm really excited to see what else they do, and coming up with Resident Evil 8 or whatever they call the title. So that's going to be number 9. Number 8 is going to be Overwatch. I love Overwatch. My friends got me into Overwatch. I'm really glad that they told me about it and persuaded me to get the game, because I do play it on a daily basis at night with most of my Overwatch friends, and we love it. We play competitive together. We do pretty much everything together on that game. So yeah, shout out to Samuel, Paige, Spencer, and Diana, and Dials, and Jamie, if you guys are watching this video. So, but thank you. It was mostly Paige that got me into Overwatch, and I'm really glad that she persuaded me to get it, because she was the one that pushed me to get it, and then Samuel helped me out getting it. So thank you guys. But yeah, that's going to be at number 8. Number 7 is going to be Fallout 3. Fallout 4, don't get me wrong, it had amazing graphics, it had a pretty good story, there was a lot of side quests, there was a lot of new things like building, and the DLCs for Fallout 4 were really good. But I still love Fallout 3 even more. I don't know why, but I think it was because it was my first game that I got for PS3. When my brothers moved out, they had Fallout 3, and they gave it to me, and that was my first game on my PS3. And I just remember playing it and doing like every side mission, like the main missions, and just replaying it over and over and doing different decisions, like doing different like talking speech and doing different ways, playing the different games, blowing up Megaton, not blowing up Megaton, destroying Tenpenny Towers and not destroying Tenpenny Towers. I can just remember so vividly doing all those different things, fighting all the different monsters. I just love Fallout 3 so much, and I would have put Fallout 4 on this list if it wasn't so many great games that I had to choose from, because this list just keeps getting better. So that's going to be at number 7. Number 6 is going to be the best Call of Duty game that has ever been made, and that is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. This was my favorite Call of Duty game of all time. I think it's almost everyone else's favorite Call of Duty game of all time. The campaign was amazing. The online mode was good. I think this is when Call of Duty really like took off, and a lot of players jumped on the bandwagon and started playing. And this is when Call of Duty World War II, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and Ghost, and around that era is when Call of Duty was at its highest. And now that they went to technology and stuff like that, it slowly started to decline. But now they're back at World War II, and a lot of people jump back on. And yeah, so that's going to be number 6. Number 5 is Horizon Zero Dawn. I really love this game. I really love the graphics, the story. It deserved a spot on this list. I mean, you cannot do a top 10 best games of all time and not have Horizon Zero Dawn on there. It's so well made and so well tailored to the player, and just allows you to experience a completely different world that you wouldn't even think of in your head, but somehow the creators of this game did, and they did an amazing job with it. The story was really good, and like the emotional aspects with you and Rost and other players as you went along and lost people and gained new friends, and just had to figure out who you were, and the curiosity of like how this all happened and what caused our planet to go into disarray like this, and just turning pretty much a machine-controlled world. And it's really exciting to get to the end of the game and find out what happens. And I'm really excited to see if they make a second game, which I'm pretty sure they will. So this is number 5. Number 4, we have GTA 5. I've played GTA 5 so many times, I can't even tell you how many hours I put into it. I've probably played the campaign at least 10 times over. And online mode, I've probably spent, I don't know, hundreds of hours in online mode, because I think I'm at rank like 256 now or something like that, which is pretty high considering like just playing, doing races, doing different competitive modes, doing heists and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed GTA 5 at its height, when me and like 10 of my friends would play it, and we had our own little what are they called, crews. Had our crew, and we would all drive around in our cars and just mess around and do missions together, and it was really fun at the height of it. Over the years, of course, a lot of people fell off of it because it's just been out for so long. I mean, it's been out for what, 5 or 6 years now. I think it came out in 2012, so like 4 years ago. No, yeah, 4 years ago. So either it came out in 2011 or 2012, I'm not sure. But GTA 5 will always be one of those games that just made a mark in game history as one of the biggest multiplayer / campaign games of all time. Rockstar's games usually do that. They did it with Red Dead Redemption. They did it with Grand Theft Auto 5. They're more than likely going to do it with Red Dead Redemption 2. And I'm just really excited to see what Rockstar has in store in the future for their games. Number 3 is Minecraft. This is going back to my younger years. I still get on Minecraft occasionally and just mess around when I'm bored and have nobody to play online with or nothing else to play. But when I was younger, I guess I was about 14, 15, 16, around that age, I would go to school and I would be so excited to come home and play Minecraft. I mean, it was just the game to play at the time. And I would literally sit at school and draw up ideas for like new buildings and new houses in survival mode, and rearranging my house and making it bigger and making my garden bigger and putting a wall on the outside of my perimeter of my house, and having my all my friends' houses around, and it was really fun. And I can remember my first survival mode that I ever done. I put it on hard, and it was actually pretty difficult to start off the game. Um, and then over a course of, I guess, a year and a half to 2 years, um, that entire survival game went from me by myself to 8 of my other friends, and they all had their other houses nearby. We had paths and walls keeping our houses safe, and it was just really fun. We built towers, we built huge gardens, we built huge farms and docks and lighthouses uh, and caves and like mine shafts, and it was just really fun to play with my friends. And I really miss like those days where you can just all get onto one game and talk and play and just be creative together. And that's why Minecraft connected with so many people, was because it was such a great building friendship game. And that's going to be at number 4. Number 2 is Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption was one of my favorite games of all time. Probably my second favorite open world game behind Skyrim. Red Dead Redemption pretty much changed a lot of things, like ways I looked at playing video games. I can remember just putting hundreds of hours into that game, beating the campaign. Me and a couple of my older friends that I really don't talk to anymore, during the summer when we were out of school, they lived about probably a quarter of a mile away from me, and they would walk to my house, and we would sit in my room in the dark, like we'd close all the window shades in the dark, and we would play Red Dead Redemption all day, just killing animals and skinning them and selling that, and doing side missions and saving like people on the side of the roads and doing all that. And I can just remember it would be so hot in my room because we would not turn the air on, and it would just be like 85 degrees inside my bedroom in my house. And we would just play that game all day, and then like when we got bored, we would go swimming in our swimming pool. And it's just so fun to like think back on memories that you can correlate with games. And I still talk to some of those guys occasionally, and if I'd mentioned it to them, I'm sure they would remember it as well, because it was like ongoing for 3 weeks. We would all meet at my house and play Red Dead Redemption, and it's just one of my favorite games, and I cannot wait to play the second one. So that's going to be number 2. And of course, number 1 has to be The Last of Us. The Last of Us is my favorite game of all time, and a lot of people's favorite game. It connects you to these characters, and you watch them grow, you watch them get hurt, you watch them overcome things, and it just makes you feel like you're friends with Joel and Ellie. I mean, straight down to the point when you have to fight for each other and save each other. Ellie had to save Joel when Joel got hurt, when that piece of metal went through him, and Joel had to save Ellie at the end of the game when they were going to kill her to try and make a cure. Like, there was no guarantee it was going to work. They were going to try, and it possibly could have worked. It possibly could not have worked, and could have killed Ellie for no reason. So yeah, but The Last of Us has to be my number 1 of all time. And the second one, I am waiting so patiently for it, but I really wish they would give us a release year. Like, just say 2018 or 2019. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 2019, but we'll just have to wait and see. So number 1 definitely deserves its spot, and The Last of Us definitely deserves it. Naughty Dog has made some amazing games. None of the Uncharted games made it on this list solely because I felt like, as a whole, they were amazing, but like as their single games apart from each other, they were telling a story of over 4 games. So I couldn't really pick just one because they all were so amazing. So yeah, number 1 is going to be The Last of Us. Alright guys, so that is my top 10 best games of all time. Leave your top 10 games in the comments below, and make sure you like this video and share it. Share it to your Facebook or share it with your friends. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye! Make the ground shake.